Hey guys, it's Nikki here from the Inside Story, and if you guys have been reading along with me on our little adventure, I have been doing The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and today I'm doing chapter 3, so let's get started. Chapter 3 of The Midnight Library, it's called String Theory. 9.5 hours before she decided to die, Nora arrived late to her afternoon shift at String Theory. I'm sorry, she told Neil in the scruffy little windowless box of an office. My cat died last night, and I had to bury him. Well, someone helped me bury him, but then I was left alone in my flat, and I couldn't sleep, and I forgot to set the alarm, and I didn't wake up until midday, and then I had to rush. This was all true, and she imagined her appearance, including makeup-free face, loose makeshift ponytail, and the same second-hand green corduroy pinafore dress that she had worn to work all week, garnished with a general air of tired despair, would back her up. Neil looked up from his computer and leaned back in his chair. He joined his hands together and made a steeple of his index fingers, which he placed under his chin, as if he was confucius contemplating a deep philosophical truth about the universe rather than the boss of a musical equipment shop dealing with a late employee. There was a massive Fleetwood Mac poster on the wall behind him, the top right corner of which had come unstuck and flopped down like a puppy's ear. Listen, Nora, I like you. Neil was harmless, a 50-something guitar aficionado who liked cracking bad jokes and playing passable old Dylan covers live in the store. And I know you've got mental health stuff. Everyone's got mental health stuff. You know what I mean. I'm feeling much better generally, she lied. It's not clinical. The doctor says it's situational depression. It's just that I keep on having new situations. But I haven't taken a day off sick for it all, apart from when my mom, apart from that. Neil sighed. When he did so, he made a whistling sound out of his nose, an ominous B-flat. Nora, how long have you worked here? 12 years and, she knew this too well, 11 months and 3 days, on and off. That's a long time. I feel like you are made for better things. You're in your late 30s. I'm 35. You've got so much going for you. You teach people piano. One person. He brushed a crumb off his sweater. Did you picture yourself stuck in your hometown working in a shop? You know, when you were 14, what did you picture yourself as? At 14, a swimmer. She'd been the fastest 14-year-old girl in the country at breaststroke and second fastest at freestyle. She remembered standing on a podium at the National Swimming Championships. So what happened? She gave the short version. It was a lot of pressure. Pressure makes us, though. You start off as coal, and the pressure makes you a diamond. She didn't correct his knowledge of diamonds. She didn't tell him that while coal and diamonds are both carbon, coal is too impure to be able, under whatever pressure, to become a diamond. According to science, you start off as coal and you end up as coal. Maybe that was the real life lesson. She smoothed the stray strand of her coal-black hair up towards her ponytail. What are you saying, Neil? It's never too late to pursue a dream. I'm pretty sure it's too late to pursue that one. You're a very well-qualified person, Nora. A degree in philosophy. Nora stared down at the small mole on her left hand. That mole had been through everything that she'd been through, and it just stayed there, not caring, just being a mole. There's not a massive demand for philosophers in Bedford, if I'm honest, Neil. You went to uni, you had a year in London, and then you came back. I didn't have much of a choice. Nora didn't want a conversation about her dead mom, or even Dan, because Neil had found Nora's backing out of a wedding with 2 days' notice the most fascinating love story since Kurt and Courtney. We all have choices, Nora. There's such a thing as free will. Well, not if you subscribe to a deterministic view of the universe. But why here? It was either here or the Animal Rescue Center. This paid better. Plus, music. You were in a band with your brother. I was. The Labyrinths. We weren't really going anywhere. Your brother tells a different story. This took Nora by surprise. Joe? How do you... He bought an amp. Marshall DSL 40. When? Friday. He was in Bedford? Unless it was a hologram, like Tupac. He was probably visiting Ravi, Nora thought. Ravi was her brother's best friend. While Joe had given up the guitar and moved to London for a crap IT job he hated, Ravi had stuck to Bedford. He played in a covers band now called Slaughterhouse 4, doing pub gigs around town. Right. That's interesting. Nora was pretty certain her brother knew Friday was her day off. The fact prodded her from inside. I'm happy here. Except you aren't. He was right. A soul sickness festered within her. Her mind was throwing itself up. She widened her smile. I mean, I am happy with the job. Happy as in, satisfied. Neil, I need this job. You are a good person. You worry about the world, the homeless, the environment. I need a job. He was back in his confunctious pose. You need freedom. I don't want freedom. This isn't a non-profit organization, though I have to say it is rapidly becoming one. Look, Neil, is this about what I said the other week about you needing to modernize things? I've got some ideas of how to get younger people. No, he said defensively. This place used to just be guitars. String theory. Get it? I diversified. Made this work. It's just that when times are tough, I can't pay you to put off customers with your face looking like a wet weekend. What? I'm afraid, Nora, he paused for a moment, about the time it takes to lift an axe into the air. I'm going to have to let you go. Alright, that's the end of chapter 3. I will be back tomorrow for chapter 4. Thanks, guys.